Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Arpita Karwa and today is a video in which I'm going to be talking about a very important topic. UGC NET exam is almost here and most of you must be finding yourself studying late into the night or waking up early just to squeeze in a few more hours of study time. Maybe you are one of those who keep asking themselves every day that should I start revising my notes or should I read the PDFs which my friend has just shared over WhatsApp saying that yahi se sare question aayenge. This is what happens with everyone in the last 15 days. Everyone is trying their best to cover as much syllabus as possible. This is a time when many students also start to panic. Some of them are rewriting their notes, making endless list of important topics. Some daring ones even pick up new books just to mug up the latest and the most trending topics. But don't worry, if you are confused too, I have got your back. In this video, I am going to share some simple and smart ways to make the most of the last 15 days without feeling overwhelmed. So, take a deep breath and let's start this journey together. Give it your best shot. Let's go. Okay, friends, let's jump right into the first golden rule for acing your UGC net in the last 15 days, and that is say no to any new resources. Why? Let's break it down. Imagine that you are running a race and it's the final lap of that race. Would you switch your running shoes in the final lap? No, right? The same goes for your study material. Stick with what's been working for you all along, all throughout the last few months. Each time you add a new book or a new resource, it's like adding a few more kilometers to that final lap. Unnecessary and exhausting. Just like we would never do any changes in the last 1 minute of your running, if you are running a race. Similarly, in the last 15 days, if you are planning to switch to another book or maybe refer to some other study material suggested by one of your friend, that is always going to backfire. Many of you might have received so many links through WhatsApp or Telegram with the latest study material or the ones which are tagged as short notes. It's very tempting to think, what if this is that magic bullet? क्या है इसी से मेरा नेट शायद निकल जाए? But here's the reality. No Olympic sprinter tries new shoes on the race day. Stick to the books and the notes that have gotten you this far. Think about it like this. Picture a student, let's call him Ravi, a very bright UGC NET candidate. And he gets a message from a friend just 2 weeks before the exam. And the friend says, Hey, I found this new book that has two new topics which were asked in the last attempt. The student Ravi intrigued by this book immediately. But here's what happens next. Instead of revising his well written notes that he had highlighted, annotated, and that were made by him based on the understanding from months of study, he spends the last 15 precious days trying to align with this new book's method, only to find himself confused and behind the schedule. In fact, friends, Ravi's choice to use new books actually hurts his good preparation, pulling his focus away from the material that he already knew. And that is where this mantra comes into the picture. My favorite mantra of all time. One topic, one book, one teacher, multiple revisions. Just as a skilled chef masters a recipe through repetition, you must master your topics through repeated revisions and not by tossing more ingredients into the pot at the last minute. So, what is going to be my advice in the last 15 days? Guard your time and attention like gold. Every hour spent on familiar material is an investment that is going to yield compound interest in form of deeper understanding and recall on the day of the exam. So, stay focused, stay consistent, and let's make the last 15-day count by polishing what we already know. Many students also find themselves saying that I haven't touched paper one as of yet. I've been doing paper two from the past 4 5 months. So, what should I do now? If this sounds like you, then don't worry. Let's focus on what can be done in the last 15 days. If you have not touched paper one at all, I have a perfect study plan for you. I've recently written this book, UGC Net Paper 1, with McGraw Hill Publication. And in that book, I have highlighted what I call exam essential topics. Now, what are these exam essential topics? These topics are the favorite topics of UGC Net exam paper setters, which keep on repeating year after year. If you zero it on these, you will find yourself well ahead of your UGC net preparation. So focus specifically on the exam essential section of our paper 1 book. Whenever you get this book, you go through the chapter. Every time there is any important topic which is repeatedly being asked in net exam, I have highlighted it as exam essential. So you can just stop on those topics, read it, try to memorize as much as you can in the last 15 days, and you are good to go. These are the key areas that often come in the exam. So, by concentrating on these crucial topics during the last 15 days, you are actually setting yourself up for success and making your study time count. So, study smart in the last 15 days. Don't switch book, don't look for new resources. And if you have not yet started your paper 1 preparation, then just go on Amazon, buy my book, and start reading the exam essential topics. All right. Now let's talk about what really changes the game when it comes to acing your UGC net exam, and that is revision, the golden rule that will help you succeed. It is a proven fact, friends, that revision is what separates the top 6% who qualify net from the rest 94% who do not qualify it. That's the only difference. Because धक्का मार के तो सारे 100% स्टूडेंट्स कहीं ना कहीं सिलेबस कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं, बट क्वालिफाई वो करता है जो इस सिलेबस को एटलीस्ट 3 से 4 बार रिवाइज करके एग्जाम में जाता है. You know, many believe that just rushing through the entire syllabus is enough. But let me tell you that it's similar to running a marathon without a strategy. It is going to be super exhausting and will never lead to good results. And do you know what? It is a scientifically proven fact that only 3% of what we learn makes it to our permanent memory on a daily basis. That means a whooping 97% of what we read on a day to day basis just slips away if we do not revise it. Yes, that's right. So, if you are just piling on information without revising it, it's like wasting all your efforts because you are not going to remember a single day on the single thing on the day of the exam. Let me give you a real life example. Let's consider there are two students who are preparing for UGC NET exam. And this example I'm giving you based on so many students that I've taught in the past 8 years. There have been more than 50,000 students who I have taught in my paid programs. And this is something that I have observed on year by year basis. So I can vouch on it. Now, let us consider there are two students. Student A is the one who has studied 50 topics in the past few months, and he decides that in the last 15 days he is going to revise these 50 topics multiple times. Okay, so he revised all these topics 5 times and then sits for the exam. On the other hand, we have student number B who has studied the same 50 topics in the past few months, but in the last 15 days he decides that let me study 20 new topics that have recently come in the exam और ऐसे टॉपिक जो मैं मिस आउट कर गया हूँ पास्ट प्रेपरेशन में. सो ही डिसाइड्स दैट आई एम गोइंग टू गेट एन एज ओवर द स्टूडेंट 1 बिकॉज स्टूडेंट ए ने तो सिर्फ 50 पढ़े हैं, स्टूडेंट बी ने 50 पढ़े हैं, साथ में 20 नए टॉपिक भी पढ़े हैं लास्ट के 15 दिन में. But because of that, he did not get a time to revise the 50 topics. So, what is going to be the result? It is very, very simple. Student A, no doubt, is going to pass UGC NET exam with flying colors. While student B, despite covering more number of topics, will never clear this exam. Why? Because he will not be able to remember थिंग्स ऑन द डे ऑफ द एग्जाम. इतने क्लोजली रिलेटेड एमसीक्यूज आते हैं कि अगर आपका बहुत शार्प अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है तो आप गलती कर बैठोगे. एंड दैट इज द रीजन वाई रिपीटिशन इज कॉल्ड द रियल मदर ऑफ लर्निंग. एंड दिस इज वेयर आई वुड वांट टू टॉक अबाउट अ गोल्डन रूल ऑफ सक्सेस जो मैं अपने सारे स्टूडेंट्स को बताती हूँ. एंड दैट इज स्मार्ट वर्क मल्टीप्लाइड बाय रिपीटिशन equals to result or equals to success. Now, what does this formula mean? Well, this formula basically says that it is not just about working hard, it's not just about cramming information day in and day out. It is actually about working smart. By focusing your efforts on revising what you have learned repeatedly, you actually enhance your ability to recall and apply that knowledge when it comes on the day of the exam. Think of it this way: each time you go over a topic, it's like adding another layer of varnish on a piece of fine furniture. If you've ever seen a painter paint a wooden furniture, he is not just going to paint it in one go. एक coat करने से नहीं होगा. He will add multiple coats to it. Why? Because the first coat will just cover the surface of the furniture. But with each subsequent layer, the finish gets smoother and the furniture becomes more and more durable. Similarly, with each revision session, your understanding of that topic deepens and your ability to retrieve the information quickly and accurately improves. This process of smart revision is what I would want all of you to do in the last 15 days. And yahan pe I would also want to talk about how to actually revise, because I've seen a big blunder that everybody does. Most of the students, what they are going to do is that they are going to just open the book and start reading it cover to cover. और उनको लगता है that is how they are revising. But that's the worst way to revise. Actually, the best way to revise is that you do not have to feed information into your brain. Rather, you have to make sure that you retrieve information from the brain. And how will that happen? That is going to happen by a technique known as active recall practice. Now, what is this? This technique basically says that wherever you have to revise a topic, you close the book, you try to recall whatever you can remember about that topic, and then you open the book to check how much have you remembered well, and the points that you have forgotten, you try to read it again, close the book, try to remember it one more time, and now read it again. So this is how you are not just passively reading information, you are actually trying actively to recall what you have studied. And when you pressurize your brain to recall, it actually puts a lot of stress on the brain, because of which it tries to memorize even better. Let's take an example. Imagine you just read about a topic from Unit 9, People, Development and Environment, Air Pollution, and you read all the air pollutants. Now, most of the students, what they are going to do कि उन्होंने air pollutants देखे सारे और next topic पे move कर गए और उनको लगा कि उन्होंने air pollutants revise कर लिया है. But that's not how you do it. What you should be doing is that when you decide to revise air pollutants, you close the book or your notes, you try to remember what all air pollutants have you read, what are their associations with the different diseases. You try to speak that out loud, and then you open the book to check whether you remember it well. If you don't, then you try to read it once again, close the book, and then try to remember it again. So this method isn't just about testing your memory, it's actually also about reinforcing what you learn and making it stick into your head. Because जब हम कुछ भूलते हैं रिवीजन के दौरान, हमारा दिमाग और ज़्यादा मेहनत करता है उसे याद रखने का अगली बार. So as we head into the last critical days of the exam, remember, deep dive into those revision sessions and make each study session count by actively engaging with the material. And I'm sure that your future self is going to thank you for this. Now, here I would also want to talk about one important thing. If you're looking for right tools that can help you revise better and make your revision sessions as effective as possible, then our UGC NET Paper 1 book is designed just for you. This book isn't just any textbook. In fact, it's your ultimate revision companion. Why? Because it's packed with tables, mnemonics, mind maps that simplify complex topics into manageable and memorable bits. Plus, at the end of each chapter, you are going to find highlights, which we call as chapter highlights, that summarize the key points of the entire chapter. These features are great for quick revisions and last-minute preparation before the exam. Now, next up is the most important game changing strategy in that should be applied in the last 15 days of your preparation, and that is practicing mock test. I love to call it cementing the gap by practicing mocks. You know, there's an old saying that practice makes a man perfect. And when it comes to cracking a competitive exam like UGC NET, this couldn't be more true. Think about a dedicated student who has done thorough preparation of UGC NET, and she always believed that she's ready for the exam. But then, just 5-10 days before the exam, she decides to give a mock test. And that is when she realized how different it is to apply what she has learned in the past few months under exam condition. Because this is when she gets to know that it isn't just about knowing the material or knowing the syllabus, it is also about managing the time and pressure in those 3 hours. And that is where mock test help. Mock tests, my friends, are very crucial because they serve two major purposes. First, they are going to test your understanding. They will test whether you really know a concept or not. Because questions जब आएंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि अच्छा concept clarity अभी भी पूरी तरह से नहीं है. Secondly, they hone your exam taking skills, because these are two different skills. Knowing a concept and applying that knowledge effectively when the clock is ticking and when you have a MCQ in front of you are two different skills. Somebody can have a very good command on the subject, but he does not know how to apply that knowledge on MCQ. And that is where mock test comes into the picture, because both the skills are essential, and practicing mocks will help you develop both the skills by exposing you to exam format, the types of questions that you are going to face, and how to apply the concepts in those questions. Take example of pre-board exams that used to happen during our school days. Before board exams, we all had to take pre-board exams. Why? Because those exams, those pre-boards, fostered an environment that was similar to boards and helped students become more confident in the exam hall by spotting their mistakes in the pre-board itself. Okay, now let me tell you some very important benefits of mock tests so that I can convince you by the end of this video that in the last 15 days, at least give 5 to 7 mock tests. The first important benefit of mock test is that it exposes you to your mistakes. Mock tests take a light on both your strength as well as weakness. For instance, you might breeze through one of the sections like teaching aptitude, but find out you consistently make silly mistake in mathematical aptitude or DI because you rush or misread the question under pressure. For example, a student found that he often misses keywords in questions when he is racing against the clock, and this insight helps him that on the day of the exam he has to really read the question slowly to improve his accuracy. So आपको अपनी गलतियां मॉक टेस्ट के दौरान बहुत अच्छे से पता चलती है. Number 2, it helps you to prevent and not do the same mistake on the day of the exam. Because what happens is that when you do mock test and you try to see कि क्या आपने गलत किया, क्यों गलत किया, तो you learn from those mistakes, those errors, and then you decide not to repeat them on the actual exam day. Let's take example of another student who realized during his mock test that she kept confusing two similar teaching methods. Okay, and when she identified this on the day of the exam, whenever she is going to face a question from the same domain, teaching methods, she is going to slow down her speed and ensure that she reads the question again to have a better understanding. Okay, now that we know why mock tests are important, let's look at the right approach to give mock test. Number 1, when you sit to give a mock test, remember your goal is not to score full marks in the mock test. No, your score does not matter. You score 0 out of 100, that is completely fine. The reason why I want you to sit for mock test is that you make all the mistakes that you might make on the day of the exam, so that it gives you enough room to learn from those mistakes. So even if you are scoring low, don't feel discouraged. Instead, Focus on what went wrong and how you can improve. Try to figure out कौन कौन सी गलतियां करी है, क्यों आपने किसी क्वेश्चन के आंसर में गलत चीज मार्क कर दी है. इन स्पाइट नोइंग द कॉन्सेप्ट, where did you go wrong? Try to judge all of this. Imagine after scoring low in a mock test, a normal student would just calculate his score, and then when he finds out that he's scoring really low, he gets disheartened and he decides and starts questioning कि क्या मुझे एग्जाम में बैठना भी चाहिए या नहीं. But what is important to know here is that आपको स्कोर कैलकुलेट नहीं करना है. आपको ये देखना है कि कौन कौन से सवाल गलत हुए हैं और क्यों गलत हुए हैं, क्या क्या रीजन है. Secondly, don't stress about getting every question right. I have seen a lot of students who would complete the syllabus and then they start thinking कि अब तो मैं 100 में से 100 लाऊंगा. Understand the nature of the exam. The exam is designed in a way that you cannot score more than 70 to 80% marks. So, in spite of very good preparation, 20% स्कोप होगा जहां पे आप गलतियां करोगे. वो क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ सिलेबस या बाउंसर क्वेश्चंस आपके सामने आएंगे. सो एम टू स्कोर एनीवेयर बिटवीन 70 to 80%. That leaves room for making mistake also, and make sure that you keep a mistake notebook. Now, what is a mistake notebook? Mistake notebook is a notebook which you create wherein you jot down all the errors that you are making in these mock tests and you note it down, so that right before the exam you can go through that notebook and get aware of all the mistakes that you were doing, so that you do not make it on the day of the exam. So embrace mock test as a key part of your preparation. They are not just a test of your knowledge but a crucial step in building your exam confidence and ability. Let every mock test bring you one step closer to success. Many students often ask me, where can I find good mock test for UGC NET exam? The best mock test for UGC NET are the past year question papers, because they follow the exact UGC NET exam pattern, and you can find these PYQs for free on my website arpitakarwa.com. If you're looking to practice mock tests that actually mimics the UGC NET online exam pattern, then you can join my online mock test series, which is available for both paper 1 and paper 2. These tests are organized unit-wise, which will allow you to focus on one topic at a time. Additionally, if you are looking for more practice, you can also check out my UGC NET Paper 1 book. At the end of each unit in that book, you will find practice questions from 2014 to 2024, helping you prepare thoroughly for each section of the exam. That's it from my side for this video lecture. We'll meet soon in the next video lecture. Till the time we meet next, happy learning, keep loving literature, and stay tuned to arpitakarwa.com.